Hello and welcome to the Outside Line podcast. I'm Peter.
And I'm Emma.
And we're here to talk about all the serious and silly aspects of Formula One and other motorsports. So Emma, how tired are you?
I mean, I've caught up on my sleep now, but this weekend was bad. It was a bad one.
It was pretty rough because, the races were on at 4 a.m, but then the Indycar was also on late at night, so
yeah,
basically I was tired for both of them. And
burning the candle at both ends.
Consequently, don't remember them that well, but anyway.
It'll be good.
I have notes.
Yeah, so do I.
It was, I mean, honestly, if that race had been like further on in the season, I wouldn't have got up for it, I think.
Yeah. I think when it's the first race or one of the early races, it's like, you've got to.
You gotta,
but when we get to Las Vegas and it's at the same time, it's like, nah, I'm not going to bother, mate. I will watch it later. I
think so.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, just jumping ahead, would you say it was a win for evil this weekend?
Yes, I'd say evil won very resoundingly this weekend.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we'll get to that. Don't have so much other noise. I have a little quiz for you.
Okay.
So, can you name the reserve driver who has been signed very recently and is back in F1?
Oh, reserve driver? For who?
McLaren.
For McLaren? Oh, I don't know.
It's Nick de Vries.
No, it's not.
He's back.
Oh, this is what I get for ignoring his stories on Instagram. I would have known that.
I can't believe it. What's happening in the world?
McLaren.
Yeah.
Another win for evil.
Okay, let us go to the F1 first.
The most important.
Well, yeah. I mean, don't want to be like, who was it, Andretti posting trying to kick up a fight between F1 and IndyCar, but I mean, we're Formula One and other motorsport podcast, so we got to do Formula One.
But Formula E is my favourite, so
wow.
All the others can get in the bin for all I care.
I mean, I did watch some of the free practices.
I watched FP1 and FP2.
Yes,
but I did not watch FP3. So anything that happened there, like Kimi crashing, I did not know about until I woke up.
Yeah, that was the big thing, I guess. Let's see, in FP1, FP2, well, Oscar had problems, Lindblad, all of them had problems, and like before the race, Martin Brundle was real doomsayer. It was like, there'll only be like 10 cars will finish this race, the rest won't make it.
Yeah, he was like everyone else online, like, oh my god, this is the worst regulations ever, this is going to be awful, this is going to be the worst, all the cars are going to explode and everyone's going to die.
But it did look like so many cars stopping on track, having problems with either their gearbox or their engine or some other stuff. The Cadillacs. Did you see that bit where the mirrors just fell out?
Yes, the mirrors just fall off.
Yeah.
Yeah, terrible. Did you see that Jack Doohan was there in FP2?
That's who I thought you would have said earlier when I asked about the reserve driver.
No, because he's a reserve driver for Haas.
Exactly, so he's new.
And I already knew that. No, but I already knew that. It wasn't new. But he said something that made me laugh. He said that he's looking for a seat, and he said, even if it's in endurance, which
oh, wow.
made me laugh quite a lot, because obviously implying that endurance is the lesser of all the sports. Yeah, I mean, yeah. The thing is, though, even if it's in endurance, because there's about 100 of them in endurance, that is literally where motorsport goes to die. Sorry, people who like WEC.
Oh, God. I thought we were going to convert into WEC people. Well, you might have to once Max leaves.
I might have to, yeah.
Good, okay. Yeah, as you said, FP3, there was this big crash for Kimi, but we didn't see it. But it meant that they were in a race to get ready for Quali. So let's go through Quali. Yeah, also problems for Carlos Sainz.
Yeah.
He didn't make it out at all, I think.
No, he didn't.
I think Stroll might also not have made it out, but you can't really tell with the Aston Martins.
He didn't. No, I don't know if he went out and didn't do like a lap or he just didn't go out, because I'm trying to think of all the people who had to submit the paperwork to be allowed.
Yes, I think he did go out and then just didn't. Yeah. Anyway,
I don't think he did though, because they had to submit a lot of evidence for him to actually be allowed in.
Yeah.
So that tells me that he didn't do any, because he didn't do any laps in practice either, like any decent laps.
Yeah. Well, two things from Q1. Russell looked really fast.
Mm-hmm.
There was a comment saying that maybe this is the end of sandbagging because, the cars have to learn where to deploy the energy, so that they need to be full power in order to kind of learn it properly. But I think that turns out not to be true, because Mercedes were definitely sandbagging.
Mercedes were 100% sandbagging. I've written George Russell is an anomaly and should not be counted. He's the outlier.
So that's pretty ominous. And then Max, who might be the only person who can challenge him, didn't have a good start.
I woke up at 5 a.m. to watch Max crash.
Yeah.
Because his car decided to kill him.
Oh, the Ferraris. I mean, all week and all through the free practices, Ferrari fans, were getting the hopes up. Then Mercedes dashed them expertly. But they looked, at this point, it looked okay. They were both on the medium tyre for some reason. And
that was weird.
Were competitive and were able to make it through Q1 on the medium, so that's usually a good sign. Although, I mean, with Pirelli tyres these days, it's not so clear. And then, thanks to Max's red flag, it allowed Kimi to get his car repaired, and he is able to get out and get a lap in and gets through. 6 cars go out in Q1 this year, and so the ones that made it through, the ones that got knocked out were Alonso, Perez, Bottas, Verstappen, Sainz, Stroll. Colapinto just made it in. Crofty was forgotten. He'd forgotten about him, and
as everyone usually does.
I mean, it didn't help him that much because he ended up coming bottom of Q2. So
yeah, well, he's still in an Alpine.
Yes, yeah.
He just went faster than the Aston Martin. That's all he needed to do.
Yeah, exactly. So then Q2, Hulkenberg, Behrman, Ocon, Gasly, Albon, and Colapinto were knocked out, which meant that the kind of surprises, we can already talk about surprises, I guess, is Lindblad, Lawson, Bortoletto were the ones who got through.
Yes.
But maybe that's not maybe the Racing Bulls Veekay, so maybe they're probably the best of the rest. Maybe
I don't think it's much of a surprise. What I noticed in quali was that the newer drivers, so like last year's rookies and Lindblad, were doing a lot better than the more experienced drivers. And I wonder if that's to do with they don't know much about the old cars, so they're sort of picking it up a bit better than the older ones. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that sounds reasonable. That they're not stuck in their ways, and also they basically change formula every 1 or 2 years, so
exactly
they're probably a lot more adaptable and younger
and younger. Yeah. Elastic brains.
Okay. Oh well, at the end of Q2, Bortoletto, after getting his car into Q3, his car broke down. His car turned off, and he tried to sort of coast into the pits, because if he got far enough, his team would be able to pick him up and bring him back. But he didn't make it.
Get far enough.
And Lindblad nearly went into the back of him and Lawson. It's kind of annoying that I guess he didn't want to turn left or right because it would lose a bit of speed, but I mean, you shouldn't really be going that speed down the middle of the pit entry. It's you should be as far to one side as possible. But a little bit dangerous. And then also dangerous in Q3 was Antonelli.
Oh God, his extra passenger.
Yeah, they forgot to take the stuff off the side of his car, like the air coolers and stuff, and then they just fell off onto the track.
Lando exploded it.
Yeah, Lando was looking at his steering wheel, because it's so complicated these days, and didn't even notice that he was about to run over one of these things, and just completely shattered it.
Yeah.
And damaged his car.
The front wing was
patch up his wing with tape and stuff. Which apparently is still better than swapping the wing for some reason, but yeah. Anyway, so he had trouble. I don't know if it explains. I mean, both him and Oscar came at the same time. So anyway, what do we have? Russell, Antonelli, Hadjar, possibly escaping the curse.
Possibly.
It might be that only one Red Bull can be good at a time, so with Max in the wall, it allowed him to escape the curve briefly, but that was a good. I mean, that does bode well, because you'd expect Max to be faster.
As long as the car doesn't try and kill him.
Exactly. So he might be able to take it to Russell. At least he might split the Mercedes, so it'll be a return to the Verbot.
Yeah.
Then who do we have? Then Leclerc managed to get P4. Yeah, okay, the Ferraris weren't quite as fast as we hoped, but they're up there. They're about the same as the McLarens, because then you have Piastri now as Hamilton, then Lawson, Lindblad, and then, well, Bortoletto couldn't get a lap in. Okay, so the race, 58 laps, but I think 2 cars didn't start the race. Hulkenberg had some electrical problems, and poor Oscar Piastri.
Oh, what a way to wake up. You wake up at 4 a.m, you're like, I'm not looking forward to this. The first thing you hear David Crofty say is, Oscar has already crashed. Oh, thank you, Crofty. Made my day.
Oh, it's so mean. It's his home race.
Good. Oh. Continuing that curse of Australian drivers at the home Grand Prix.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe that's it. So he's on his on his way to the grid basically, and they're not going that fast. He's doing his usual sort of very sort of like lackadaisical, like bit sort of lazy driving, like he's just so laid back. But he had his tire on the curb, and then for some reason his car gave him a load of extra power and just spun him around. If he'd been on the track, he probably would have got away with it, but just because he was like, I think he wasn't concentrating that hard. So yeah, big shame.
Not really though. It's fine.
Also, on the formation lap before, it turned out that Antonelli had problems with his battery. He said he couldn't even do burnouts to try to get some temperature in the tyres. So that did explain his bad start.
Yeah.
But it doesn't explain Russell's start, because it wasn't very good either. Yeah, it was the Leclerc, the Ferrari, who had an amazing start.
Yeah.
We had seen that Ferrari with the size of the turbo and blah, blah, blah.
Good on the starts.
So Leclerc ends up getting into the lead, which is pretty good. Yeah, also a tussle between Lindblad, Hadjar, and Hamilton. Apparently Lindblad is he's not showing much deference to the old.
No, he's just taken on Liam's role from last year.
Exactly.
But Liam's also sort of come back and tried to fight Perez again.
Oh, that was great, yeah. We got to see, I made a note of that as well, that we got to see some old rivalries. So Lawson, Perez, and Gasly against Ocon. That was very nice to see those renewed. Yeah,
Liam had a very bad start. You won't have written this down because no one cares about Liam Lawson, but I care deeply. I don't know what happened to him, but he went backwards.
Oh, no. Yeah, chances are it's some car problem. Right? Well, then the laps 2 and 3, we got some overtakes, sort of overtakes. I don't know. Yeah, I think Lando called them artificial overtakes afterwards.
Yeah, but Lando calls most things artificial.
Okay.
Lando just says words without thinking.
Yeah.
DRS overtakes were artificial too.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. But at least I think the DRS, like once it happened, whereas here Leclerc would get ahead, then Russell would get ahead, then Leclerc would get ahead, and Russell, like, that they were just swapping back and forth, and it would just sort of continue like that forever, basically. Which, I don't know.
I think that's what people want to see.
Yes, but I think the drivers are like,
the drivers really don't want. Yeah, they don't want that.
Yeah, they just want to, because like it would be like if you're faster than someone, you want to get ahead and then just go off into the distance. Whereas this sort of means that you're always going to get. Well, I don't know. We'll see how it turns out.
I think it's like the babysitting of the battery and the energy and stuff that they don't like, and like the lift and course and stuff. It's the same way that we don't like when Scott Dixon wins on a fuel-saving strategy. I think they're the same as that. They're like, ugh,
Yeah. Well, we'll come to Scott Dixon later, but he's allowed to win one race a season for me.
One.
Just to keep his record up. But after
Get
that,
one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of reasons the drivers don't like these cars, but yeah. But it did like as a viewer, it was making it more exciting because they're fighting, but it also meant that Hamilton and Hadjar could catch up to the back of them. So
yeah, because normally the Australian Grand Prix is like you wake up at 4 a.m. for it, and you're probably asleep by lap 20. This I was pretty awake for all of it, so they've done something right.
Okay, anyway, so we've only made it to lap 5, and There's a lot of stuff. Anyway, Antonelli, after his bad start, he's starting to make his way back towards the front. We should also mention, well, I'm sure you don't need any reason to, but we should mention Max. Because he was up to P11 by lap 7.
Yes, so. He was doing Max things. He was just overtaking everyone, which is standard when Max starts at the back, let's be honest.
Yeah, Max. And obviously the Red Bull is like... I should have mentioned that actually in the qualifying, that the spread is huge this year. Like, you're talking several seconds, yeah. Yeah, I made a note. Colapinto's... Okay, it's Colapinto, but it's not that bad. It's 2.3 seconds behind Russell in Q3. And, like, in Q1, like, I guess Bottas and Perez, they were all a couple of seconds behind that. So, yeah. So I think it's not a surprise that a Red Bull can start at the back and cut through, like, get up to the points pretty quickly. But still, you know, you got to do it, right? I mean, so it is worth mentioning. What to mention next? Well, Colapinto got a Colapinto and go penalty.
He did. That made me laugh so much all day yesterday. I just kept remembering it, or like, because I posted it in Discord, so I kept looking at it like Colapinto and go. It's my favourite new penalty.
Yeah. It's Colapinto, like, it's going to become like a synonym for the word slow. Then, okay, lap 11 now, and poor Isaac Hadjar, his car goes on fire or something, and
just stops. This is to be expected. This is first year of regulations. I don't know if you remember 2022, but we had this as well. Just engines setting on fire, engines stopping, cars not working. It's going to be rife. So
yeah.
Get used to
it. 3 laps later, Alonso gets the message, "Stop the car, we have an issue," which I was thinking, I mean, just one.
Yes.
Or you find a new issue.
Is this a new issue, or is this one that we were already aware of?
Well, he does go back to the pits, and actually they send him out again a few laps, or 12 laps later. So.
Yeah, Fernando back from the dead.
Yeah.
Because they do the same with Stroll later on as well.
Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention. I saw something going on with him. Anyway.
Yeah, they did exactly the same. So.
But yeah, so with Hadjar, they bring out the VSC. Everybody pits basically except Ferrari.
Yeah.
But there is this question of whether you can make it to the end on the tyres if you pitted then. I think Ferrari decided they weren't going to make it to the end. Or sometimes they say, look, we saw Mercedes pit, and for us to have any chance of winning, we got to do something different. Because like on the same strategy, we're going to lose to Mercedes. So, but I think, Hamilton was a bit annoyed that they didn't split the strategy between the teammates. Yeah. Which is what normally teams do, that, right? If you got...
Yeah, you would at least take a gamble on one, but then I suppose first race of the season, who do you fuck over? If you know that it's probably not going to work, or if you suspect it's not going to work, you are essentially picking which driver to fuck over, and it
kind of, but it could be screwing them both over. I guess is that better than helping one and screwing the other? Anyway, it was a bit odd. Then lap 18, Bottas, he gets the stop immediately call, which brings out another VSC. But unfortunately, it's so he stops so close to the pit lane that by the time Ferrari get round again, the pit lane's closed, so they couldn't even pit, even if they wanted to at this stage. But a few people do pit. Max pits at this stage because he of course starts on the hards, right? To try to go long, because that's what you do when you're in a good car and you're starting at the back. Oh, well, the Ferraris eventually they do pit when they get to like lap 25. But then, like Hamilton, he pits a few laps later just to try to build some offset on the tyres. But he comes out like 6 seconds behind Leclerc, so it's very unlikely. Yeah. I mean, 3 laps, I don't expect it to do that, like make that much of a difference.
No.
Yeah, some of those people who pitted, they're not going to make it to the end. George says he will make it to the end. So that's also pretty ominous because, like, not only are you faster than everybody else, but your tyre wear is probably better than everybody else as well. So
yeah, but, I mean, George has been known to nurse tyres for a long time.
Yeah.
So, and he won't get disqualified for it this year because they've changed the way they weigh the cars. So
that's right, yeah.
Unfortunate.
like basically from this point on, this is like lap 30 now. Not much of note happens. Some more stuff falls off the Cadillac, but
yeah, they just shed bits.
Max does eventually catch up to Lando. Actually, he catches up twice basically, but the way the pit stops went. But Lando can defend against him. So
yeah.
Okay, so it finishes Russell, Antonelli, Leclerc. That's your podium.
Yeah.
Then you've got Hamilton, Norris, Verstappen, Behrman, Lindblad, Bortoletto, Gasly. So
yeah,
a few
interesting top 10.
Yeah. I mean, Gasly. Yeah. I know. I said he'd win a race, in like that was a joke prediction. But I wouldn't have suspected he'd get any points. Alpine, but good for him. Audi, good for that. I mean,
yeah. Software problems aside, they've done pretty well.
Yes, yeah. For a new team coming in, I know they took over Sauber, but it's still
a new
engine as well. Right?
Engine, so. Yeah.
Then Lindblad.
Lindblad points on debut.
Great
stuff.
Start. Behrman, great, continuing to be good.
Yeah, those two had a nice back and forth that I'm excited to see unfold a bit more.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Because I imagine Haas and Racing Bulls are about the same in terms of like track position, so we might see this a bit more often. So it's nice. Yeah, good little back and forth between those two.
Yes. What else? Okay. I mean, Max gets back to P6, which I guess is kind of par for the course if you're starting from the back. And I like that in Toto's message to George, he specifically referenced the good car and good power unit and then good driver. So I think it was car, power unit, driver in that order is what brought this victory.
I'll be honest, I tuned out as soon as George Russell started doing Borat references.
Yeah.
Weird. Just odd. When did Borat come out? 2008?
No.
Something like that. Long time ago?
06, maybe? 07,
God, 06. Yeah. So we're referencing 20-year-old films, are we, George?
Good job. He might have just been trying to do a stupid accent. It wasn't...
No, it was very much I like this car. Like, very... very Borat. It was either Borat or racism, and as evil as George is, I'm choosing to believe Borat.
Yeah, well, I can imagine he'd be I imagine he'd like that film. That's what else to say? Oh, one. Did you notice Crofty kept mentioning sweet shops?
Oh, fucking! I don't know what he was on about. He had this weird analogy that just didn't fucking work.
I think he's on a diet and he's obsessed.
Probably, and he's just thinking about sweets all the time.
Yeah.
What an idiot! God, I wish I could get Alex Jakes.
Well, I suppose we should end by asking, how do you see the new regs going? George seemed pretty happy with them.
George is obviously very happy with them. I just want to caveat that we know that their engine is illegal, so enjoy it while it lasts, George.
Yeah. I mean, even with an illegal engine and...
No, don't say he's good, because he's not good.
Oh, well.
He's not...
I think he's good. He's just not... Yeah, he's not the best driver in the grid, right? But...
No.
Or is he he's in the top 5, maybe? Well, it's hard to say. I don't know. Some of these rookies look
It's hard to say.
I guess...
Yeah. I really don't rate him as a person.
Yeah. I don't like him that much.
So, I don't understand anyone who does rate him as a person. And he's always just been mid to me as a driver. Like, I'd put him in the same level as Alex Albon, kind of.
Yeah.
And, like, Pierre Gasly, like that kind of level.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say, like, definite world champion material.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, basically. But, I wanted to add about the engines, right? I mean, McLaren, Williams, Alpine, they all get the same engine. Yeah. Although it turned out they only got it last week, basically.
Yeah, they obviously don't get the same engine.
Well, they don't get all the software and stuff and all the mappings. So we might. There is some hope that, given more time to play with the engine, those other teams will eventually figure out So we might see. Well,
so Gasly might win a race.
Well, it's still Alpine, isn't it? But McLaren might be up there. I mean, they're pretty on it, it seems, so they might figure it out. But most of the drivers afterwards were saying like they were happy to get data going round and round, and even during the race, it did seem that they kind of got on top of things. So I think they'll all kind of end up improving. Like it's always that way, isn't it, with new regulations?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't be good at something immediately.
Unless you're Mercedes.
Yeah, unless you're George. He's apparently good at everything immediately.
It's with George, even when he's making jokes that are obviously jokes, they're just annoying.
Like, I hate everything he does. I can't with him, honestly. I see it, like, he just turns up on the screen and I just think, this fucking guy again. I really hate him.
Okay, Formula 2.
Yes.
Yes, very interesting grid this season.
Mm-hmm. We've got half and half. We've got half returning and half new.
That's what Alex Brundle kept saying.
Yes.
Yes, plus, Colton Herta from Indycar and this Verone from WEC, from the hypercar.
Yes.
Who I didn't realise that until
Sorry,
they said
do you mean Colton Herta, or do you mean Colon Herta, or do you mean Carlton Herta? Who do you mean? Because that's what F2 has been calling him all weekend. They keep getting his name wrong.
Oh, really? Okay. I thought I got it wrong.
No.
It wouldn't be the first time.
No, funnily enough, you got his name right. No, F2 have been getting his name wrong this weekend, which is just insulting, really. Especially when they call him Colon.
Yeah. Well, he might earn that nickname by the end of the season.
Maybe.
If his performances don't improve. Okay. Well, it's amazing to see only one Red Bull on the grid.
Yes. But we do have 3 Alpines.
We have 3 Alpines, which is even weirder. So Dunn, Mini, and Miney. I'd forgotten Miney was in Alpine. But...
I have written, why is Kush still here, though? He's the next one on my list. After I've bullied Vashour out. I'm going to bully Kush Miney out now.
Yeah.
Get out. Overstayed your welcome.
Yes, there's a few of them. I mean, Mayata is there again.
And he
really had shown nothing the last 2 seasons. But actually, he was looking decent.
He was all right this weekend. I was like, okay.
Maybe it takes like 2 years. I don't know. Is that good news for Colton?
I think for some people it takes 2 years to get used to it. I think for others, they just jump in and are good at it.
Again, like what you said earlier for F1, it's the ones who've kind of the ones who are sort of dropping down, so to speak. Mm-hmm. So like coming from IndyCar, coming from Super Formula, maybe even coming from WEC, that have the hardest time adjusting, maybe, because going from F3 to F2 is probably much easier than going from IndyCar to F2.
Yeah, especially if you've only done like I said, if you've only done 1 year, so you do like 1 year of FREC, then 1 year of F3, then 1 year of F2, then you're in F1. You've been used to that jump between things so much. Whereas if you've been in IndyCar for 10 years and only know that car and then are moving to a new one, of course you're not going to jump in and be amazing the first weekend.
Yeah, Colin Herta, he was really playing down his chances because he was basically saying that like he has to change his driving style 180, which I was impressed he didn't say 360. He's clever.
Because he's American.
Yeah, well, that's what they all say. We had to do a total 360. Yeah, but he was basically saying that it is really different, and it's going to be hard for him to adjust. So he was kind of playing down his chances, which fair enough. But on the other hand, come on, you came second or third in IndyCar. You should dominate this, I think.
Yeah, should be the operative word.
But I wonder what their plan is, because I mean the Cadillacs. They're not going to improve to be competitive by next year, are they? So do you think he could do 2 seasons in F2?
Maybe.
He might need the super license because
he might need the points. Yeah, it depends how well he does this season.
Yeah.
If he doesn't improve, then I'd leave him in another year.
Yeah, because at some point, like the super license, it only takes like your last 3 seasons or something, right? So at some point, his good IndyCar result will drop off his points. So okay. Let's move on to the qualifying.
Yes.
Well, we had a couple of red flags. So, Mari Boya.
Yeah. He did a Charles Leclerc sad no.
He did a no. Yeah, it was really sad.
Yeah, it was very sad, mournful even.
We also saw Mini stop on track, which was a bit annoying because he was looking rapid.
I wrote Mini got mecha-chromed.
Yeah.
The engine just died on him. Sad.
So it did mean that basically with those red flags, there was only enough time for like one proper lap, basically. And I think some people didn't do as well as they would normally should have. Yeah. Anyway, what we got was Beganovic got pole.
Dinosaur.
Then Stenshorn. What do we call him? Stenshorn. What are we going to call him?
We'll just call him Stenshorn like the rest of them.
Stenshorn. Then Dunn. So the two Rodens there. Pretty good
Roden
result.
2-3.
Herter ended up P14, so
he did.
Not the best start.
No, but considering he crashed in practice,
he did. Yeah,
a better start than that. So
let's go to the sprint race.
Yes.
Reverse grid for the top 10, which meant Intrapuvasak started on pole. Then Dirksen, then Goethe, then Maini. So Maini, he was top 10. Although...
Well, yeah, but he's been there for about 8 years, so I'd hope so.
Well, actually, I think, doesn't he... he completely falls out of the top 10 anyway.
Yes, of course he does.
He just goes straight backwards.
Did you hear the little interesting fact that both AIX drivers, it was their birthday on Saturday?
Wow. No, I didn't hear that. Wow.
Yeah, Kane Shields and whoever the other one is. Who else drives for AIX? God, I don't know.
Kane Shields and Fittipaldi Jr.
Yes. Junior, yes. Emerson Fittipaldi Jr. specifically, not the one that's like 80.
Yeah, although...
The one that's like 19.
Might have done as well.
Yeah, it was their birthday.
Oh, well, that's nice.
You know what? That means they could save money on cake, though. Very good money-saving tip from AIX there. Get two drivers with the same birthday, only need to buy one cake.
That is, that's the sort of savings that win you championships. Red Bull. With their catering
remember
budget.
The catering? Yeah. Yeah, they just need two drivers with the same birthday.
Yeah, let's start the race then. So, Intrapuvasak, he has quite a good start. Mm-hmm. Dirksen and Goethe, they kind of swap each other, but then Goethe sort of goes off.
Yeah.
I think just I don't know, loses it or something. I don't think anyone hit him or anything, but yeah, he's out. Verona, he's off in the grass as well at some point. Yeah. I don't think anyone hit him either, but he's just off. But Dirksen, he eventually gets into the lead. He
actually has a rocket ship engine this season. Now he's in the Invicta.
Yeah.
So
yes, him and Kamara are the one hell of a lineup. I think I called them at one point.
Yeah.
Which well it was looking like that. Maybe
I wrote "Stop hyping Kamara. I can't be arsed." So yeah, he's one of them that they're trying to ram down my throat as like the new whoever won it last year for Fornaroli, and I'm like, no, I want him to lose.
He looks more exciting than Fornaroli, I think.
Yes,
we should also mention Solov and Stenson. Basically, Stenson gets this 5-second penalty, even though he was pushed off the track, I would say, by Solov.
Yeah, he was.
And like the advantage, so leaving the track, gaining advantage. I don't think he got any advantage. Like this was really harsh.
Picking on the boy wizard.
Martinez. Mini was looking good again. Started from the back, made his way up to P7.
I always forget he exists, though.
I was wondering, what we were saying about Kane Shields. Have we judged some people too harshly? So
no, I have not judged Kane Shields too harshly. He is useless.
Well, he might be the exception that proves the rule. But Mini looked really good this weekend. He didn't get much points, right? But he looked good. I mean, starting at the back, he got points in both races. He topped one of the free practices. He also topped one of the Formula E, sessions that they do. He might be good. I'm starting to come on.
Yeah, he might be good in a different series. He might be good in Formula E.
No, but he might be good here in F2 as well. Yeah, sometimes
I don't know. I do forget he exists.
Yeah,
I'll be honest, a lot, which is interesting because they're the ones that drive the pink cars, I just forget exist. So like that means I'm going to forget about Alex Dunn.
Well,
actually, no, actually, wait. Let me no chance of that.
Yeah. So,
no chance.
We'll come to Dunn in this. Yeah, well, Dunn does quite well in this race. But also, what's he called? Van Hoopen. Like he didn't look very good last season when he kind of cameoed for a couple of races at the end, and he also did quite well this.
He did pretty well. Yeah.
Might have judged these children too harshly. Yeah, anyway, but yeah, with Mini, because I'd written Mini off. I was like, okay, he'll be lucky if he makes it to FE, but I don't know.
I still think he probably will make it to FE.
Well, he's in Alpine, and like, if you're gonna, let's say you're gonna fire Colapinto,
you bring in Alex Dunn.
Yeah, but
for the spice.
Well, okay, yeah. I'm not sure.
To crash everyone else out so that you can win.
So so Gasly can win. Yeah, that's how it happens.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah, maybe Flavio has watched the F1 movie too many times.
Combat. Built his car for
combat. Like, yes.
Well,
it's actually tamer to what he did like with Alonso and what's his name? Another junior.
Nelson Veekay.
Yeah. Boya crashes. We get a safety car.
Again.
Many people pit. Yeah, the poor guy, yeah, it's very sad. But I think he also had like pretty decent career coming into F2. Anyway, a couple of people pit for the super soft, including Herta, who's the highest on the strategy. Drops him down to P15, but, we've got like 4 or 5 laps left, and he's on the super soft. This could be points on his debut.
It could be points on debut.
Except Ian Shields.
It was not points on
debut.
There's
other ideas. Yeah, it turns out that super soft was like useless. So
it was completely useless and didn't do anything.
Didn't do anything. Yeah. Noel Leon.
Palindrome man.
Yes, good name. I like it.
I don't.
I'm going to call him Leo.
Why? That's not his name.
But that's his little code on the graphic.
LEO, law enforcement officer.
Oh no. He passes into Pruvasak for P2. Stenson passes Kamara. Kamara just tumbles down the order for some reason. I don't know why. But was doing pretty well up to that point. Yeah, maybe. Then Stenson is trying to overtake into Pruvasak. Eventually does pass him. Dunn makes his way past Mini. Mini also goes wide a little bit as well. At one point loses some places. Dunn also passes Turn, as apparently some people call him. Meaning, because Stance Herner has this penalty from earlier, he drops behind Dunn, giving Dunn P3 on a podium.
Yeah.
And it's Dirksen who wins, and then Leon, and Dunn, then Intra Pruvasak, then Mayata, then Mini, then Van Hoopen. Oh, then Belinsky. Yeah. So that's a sprint. Now onto the race, the feature race. There was some talk of like what tire you should start on, but as we've discussed, they're both the same anyway. So everybody did the opposite to what Pirelli suggested. So again, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, Beganovic, after his good qualifying, he starts on pole, but he actually has a terrible start.
Awful start.
Which meant that Stenshorner gets into P1 and Dunn gets into P2. Dirksen, he jumped the start, then went into anti-stall, and then dropped back.
Went to the
back, and then got 5-second penalty for the jump start. So
yeah, bad day. That's what you get for having a rocket ship engine.
Yeah. Okay, lap 3 done. How do you see this?
I think Dunn did this to himself.
Okay.
I'd say it was mostly on him.
Yeah, so I've had time to think about this. So anyway, what happens is
I've had time to formulate my defence of Alex Dunn. Go on.
Well, I was going to go much harder defence, but actually, it's really... What annoys me...
Commit to the bit.
No.
Commit to the defence of him like I do with Dan.
No. Although it anyway, look, what happens is Dunn, he gets draft behind Stenshorner. He overtakes him, I'm not sure if he was using DRS, but it was like sort of standard DRS pass. Stenshorner, I think, does kind of squeeze him a bit, almost puts him on the grass.
A little bit.
Anyway, Dunn gets ahead of him, but
Puts
actually not quite. and then cuts across to block him, which is something we've seen many drivers do. Like that's not too unusual. Just Dunn mistimes it a bit, so that he moves across a bit too early. So Stenson has to, basically take avoiding action, evasive action, and then according to the stewards now, Dunn brakes slightly earlier than expected, which means Stenson goes into the back of him and basically takes them both out.
Yeah. Then some angry radio messages followed.
There were some angry, from both of them, but they're angry, right? I mean, I think you should just dismiss whatever they say. Like,
I will say that Alexis was very funny.
yeah.
It did. It was very Dan-esque.
Oh yeah.
It was a very Tictum radio message. Don't think I'm ever going to let him past again, or something like that.
Yeah, he's never finishing in front of me again.
Yes.
I think maybe he doesn't like the way Stenson didn't treat him with much respect on the track. I think, but anyway, or it could be behind the scenes, or he could think that the team is favouring him over. Anyway, who knows? But yeah, funny message. So I think for me it's almost a racing incident. I think if Dunn had got ahead before he moved across, fully ahead, and Stenson hadn't had to move, then braking a little bit earlier is not such a big deal, and then I would say it's Stenson's fault for not expecting someone to brake, after, having the overspeed and going into the corner. You don't want to kind of go wides, especially if you're on the inside like that. So I don't think it's that crazy to think that they might be braking very soon. You're talking milliseconds here, I think.
Yeah.
So for me, it's almost a racing incident, but the fact that Dunn moves across too soon means it's probably he bears more of the responsibility for the crash.
Yes. Yeah.
So I think that's fine, but what annoys me is the way the idiots online react to it. They just really like to hate Dunn.
Welcome to my world.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking, one, this is what Emma must feel every week with Liam and Tictum and Max and But also when someone who you're kind of supporting, because I don't really support anyone in F1 or really IndyCar, so when someone you're supporting gets knocked out that early, you do get a feeling of what is the fucking point of watching the rest of it?
Yeah.
So,
you actually experienced my every race experience.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but the idiots online, they just love to hate Dunn.
I heard someone literally call him a Tictum, so that was funny.
Wow.
I really wanted to like him because he's also Irish, but he's turned into a right Tictum or something. I was like, oh, wow.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. But I mean, he's this and Monaco are pretty high profile mistakes that.
Monaco was a bit egregious though.
Well, again, as I said at the time, it was just amplified by the fact it was Monaco. So if that had happened any other race, it would have just been him and Victor Martins got knocked out, but because it's Monaco, it's but 10 cars get taken out.
10 other cars,
here as well, it really is milliseconds, moves over slightly too soon. There's nothing wrong with moving over like that. All the drivers do that.
It was just slightly too soon.
Slightly too soon, then braked slightly earlier than expected. So, really, So anyway, he gets a 5-place grid penalty for the next feature race.
Yeah.
Because of this. It would have been a 10-second penalty in the race.
Oh, I've seen people calling for him to be disqualified.
Exactly, yeah. Those people I think are idiots. I made a comment on Reddit.
Did you engage the people? I've learned not to engage the people because I am the only person who defends Dan Tictum, so I'll be easily identified. So I learned not to.
Basically, the comment I made proved so unpopular that it Reddit now hides it from everybody. So you can't even.
Mega downvoted.
But all I said was the people who criticized Dunn are the same people who criticized Hadjar last year and the same people who criticized Behrman the year before, and look how they turned out. So those people know nothing. So anyway, that didn't prove popular.
Yeah. Oh dear.
But I think, it's right. You would never have thought that Behrman or Hadjar would do so well in F1 based on their rookie seasons and in F2. So
Yeah. I mean, even Lindblad's looking half decent already. And he, as previously discussed, did nothing last year in F2. So.
he took Dunn out. Do you remember that race? So where he slams into the back of Dunn for no reason.
yes.
So, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
I think, Dunn, he's annoyed quite a few people, it seems.
I think he is firmly in the bad guy camp where all my other favourite drivers are. So, welcome in.
Right. Anyway, let's finish this race, even though who fucking cares? I mean,
Again, me every week. Do you want to know my notes for the rest of this race?
Yeah.
So I wrote a little bit about roading and stuff. You did this to yourself, Alex, or whatever. I've written Camaro banana car.
What?
Because his car is yellow.
Yeah.
And it's got green bits on it, so it reminds me of a banana.
Right, yeah, because he's Brazilian,
Yeah, and then I've written no dinosaur.
Yeah, do you know, he loses a lot of places, I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why either, but I've just written no dinosaur. And then I've written burnt caught out by Veroni. And that's essentially all that happened in that race.
Yeah, so, Bogdanovic, he has to stop on track, and there's a VSC, but then eventually he turns into a safety car.
Proper safety car. But during this safety car, Nico Veroni, who comes from endurance racing and therefore, I don't know, has some kind of special powers, was on the soft tyres on the alternate strategy. Yeah. And he pitted and managed to come out ahead of everyone else.
Yeah, so I think...
Which really caught out Bert Mylander, who then had to wave everyone past.
The safety car fucked up here. I think it collected the wrong person, basically. So
it did, yeah. Well, I think what had happened was he knew that Veroni and... Who else was on the soft? Shields? Yeah. Were going to go into the pits and would probably come out after they'd got back. But it turns out Veroni's pit stop was either really, really good or he had enough of a gap, which I think he had enough of a gap to come out ahead of the safety car.
Yeah.
So, it really caught him out. It was funny.
I couldn't figure out whether... I thought maybe the safety car held everybody up and that allowed Veroni to come out way ahead of them or something, but they didn't say anything, so I think he was just far enough ahead, and
Yeah, I think he had enough of a gap to get it, especially after the safety car came out.
Yeah.
And, with it being a less pit stop time, that it was funny to watch, though, because then he had to wave everyone round and come back.
It's a bit too soon for them. Like the softs, the super softs can only do about 8 laps or something, and here you're asking them to do 13 laps.
Yeah, 13.
So it's not, even with maybe 1 or 2 behind the safety car, it's going to be hard to make it. And in the end, actually, he doesn't make it. So
no, he doesn't. But it was a good try.
It's all you can do, because I mean you got to take the risk, because maybe there'd been maybe another safety car comes out and then it just finishes the race on the safety car, and
yeah.
So they had no option, but it was going to be tough for them. Anyway, we didn't really mention, but it's Soloff who, I think he gets a big overcut during the pit stops.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, anyway, he ends up in the lead, and then Kamara behind, and then Van Hoopen is in P3, and that's how it finishes. The other point scorers, Goethe, Miata, Intrapuvasak, Herta, Mini, Montoya, and Dirksen. Your top 10. Great, let us move on to IndyCar.
IndyCar! Oh, wow.
So, really blessed to have so much IndyCar at the start here.
So much.
We got it next week as well. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, and we get a short oval early in the season, thankfully. It's
my favourite.
Phoenix Raceway. First time they've gone back since 2018. Do you know who won it then?
Joe New.
Joe New won it, yeah.
Yeah.
What a surprise.
He loves the short oval.
He does, unfortunately. Anyway, this was a joint weekend with the NASCAR Cup Series.
Yes.
Which, as it happened, actually seemed to make things a lot better, because, well, this is what the people hypothesized, that they laid down rubber all over the place, so that allowed the high line, the second lane, to work, basically. Because often what happens in those ovals is basically only the lower lane works, and so you don't get as much overtaking, or the overtaking is much more dangerous, and people are scared to hang it out there, because
apart from certain people who are not afraid of anything.
Yeah. I mean, you still do get the marbles event, like, higher up, so that, and, like, once you're on those marbles, you're just it's conveyor belt into the wall. As I think, who did we see? Foster, I think, that happened to him. But at least the second lane was working, and because it didn't get the marbles because people were, like, using it so often, so it was really good. And maybe it was because of NASCAR, so I'm glad they were there.
Okay, well, I wasn't. I hated everything about it.
Well, there wasn't so much reference to it. So they had Joey Logano.
Yes, there was. They had Joey Logano in the booth who was just yapping.
I didn't mind it. I thought it was fairly interesting.
One of the NASCAR pit lane reporters who was like, "Oh, in NASCAR we do this, and in IndyCar you do that," as if I give a shit.
Yeah.
I really don't care about the differences.
We call it the pit drive or something like that.
We call it pit road. You call it pit lane. Yeah. Wow, what a difference! Oh, worlds apart, honestly.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And they had some NASCAR guy in the little car at the start. You know, the double seater. He was a bit annoying because
he thought he was going to die. It's great.
Yeah. But surely it's not that much faster. Like those NASCAR, like, they can go pretty fast.
NASCARs don't go fast.
I mean,
their stock cars are massive.
Yeah, but this Cup Series, like, they really strip all the weight out of them. They can get up to pretty high speeds.
Yeah,
I mean,
like 100 miles an hour. He was going like another 100 miles an hour on top of that.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. He was suddenly he kept referencing, like, soiling himself.
Yeah. He said it about 4 times.
Yeah. It must have been a bit faster, all right. Okay. Yeah, anyway, that's all the NASCAR talk. Poor Fro, Felix Rosenquist. He crashed in the free practice at some point, and they didn't get the car repaired in time for quali. So
his poor Tom Petty car.
Yeah.
They had to rebuild it, and they didn't have the rest of the livery, so it just said Tom.
Yeah.
And the rest was just plain carbon fibre.
Yeah. So then it's oval quali, so one at a time. They take your
reverse championship order.
In reverse championship order, which meant that Mick Schumacher was basically the first one out. Yeah. And put in a really fast lap.
Nailed it, I'd say.
Yeah. I mean, when someone goes out like that, you don't know, like, are they just fast because, or, like, are they top because they're the first one out, or, you know, slowly as more and more people go out, you're like, oh, that was actually a really good time.
It was a really good lap. He was at the top for quite a while, wasn't he?
Yeah. Well, Graham Rahal goes out, I think it goes faster in the another RNL. But quite a while. I think Will Power would have gone faster. Yeah. But unfortunately for Power, he crashes again.
He's not having a very good time, is he?
Not a good start to his career at Andretti.
Poor Big Willie P.
Yeah. Anyway, then everybody else goes out. Malukas goes out and is just way faster than everybody else, including Joe New, who can only get into P2. So it finishes Malukas, Newgarden, Graham Rahal, Mick Schumacher.
Crazy,
yeah. Crazy to see those two up there. But the Penskes, they're back, unfortunately. But at least it's Malukas rather than Newgarden on
yes.
So it gives us some hope. Palou down P10, slower than Siegel. So also gives us hope that maybe the season isn't quite over just yet.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's get to the race. Well, so 250 laps. Normally that's a 3-stopper. So you need to go like 60-something laps. But, maybe some people will try something different. Grosjean, I don't know if he even starts. He's some hybrid problems.
I didn't start, I don't think.
So unlike who did you say? Chip Ganassi posting about all the problems F1 have with their new hybrid system. Turns out the IndyCar hybrid
conveniently ignored their own problems.
And they had loads of problems when they brought in the hybrid. Last year? No, the year before. Yeah, tons of problems.
Throwing stones in glass houses comes to mind.
Exactly. And also, you should be friends. Everybody should be friends. Yeah. In IndyCar, I don't know what is it like. They're subservient to the football and to the NASCAR in America.
Yeah, but they still think they're better than F1.
Yeah,
even
exactly.
though they're a spec series. It's bizarre.
Yeah.
The sort of hero complex that they have, like, look, we've got the fastest cars in the world. And it's like, yeah, but it's a spec series.
Well, I don't mind that. You know.
I don't mind that when it's like F2, when you're meant to get a different race winner every week and it be exciting. But somehow they've managed to get a spec series and a man who cannot be stopped.
Well, can he be stopped?
Sometime, well.
Race starts, Malukas holds on to holds off Newgarden basically.
Mm-hmm.
No, is that Rossi makes his way up to P3, Palou gets up to P4, so quite ominous.
Annoying.
Very scary. Will Power from the back gets up to P11, P13 actually, so
yeah.
Well, he must have. I didn't see it, but he must have had a great start. Anyway, they circulate for a bit, then somebody loses it. Hauger loses it, but manages incredibly to keep it out of the wall.
What a save, honestly. He spins it, he keeps out the wall, he goes backwards for about half a lap, and then turns it round.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Oh, yeah, incredible skill, yeah.
Absolutely incredible. I've never seen anything like it.
But because it's Indycar on an oval, they bring out the safety car immediately.
Yeah. The second he spun, it was yellow flags.
Exactly.
Let's go.
So that's the way they do it. And also, you know, they take any opportunity to bring out the road sweepers to clear up some of the marbles. So fair enough.
Still scares me when they have the road sweepers and they drive past the road sweepers. I'm like, no, don't want to look.
Anyways, but of course, because it's early in the race and it's a safety car, a bunch of people go off strategy,
including Scott Dixon.
Yeah, so ominous. But then he immediately gets a penalty for improper pit conduct, whatever that is.
Yeah.
So he's probably not going to win the race. But as I said earlier, he's allowed to win one race.
Yeah, it'll be a road course probably.
That seems to be where he's best at saving the time.
Bores his way to the top. Yeah.
I think the ovals. Yeah, there's too many safety cars. So
you can't do a boring strategy on an oval. It's too exciting.
Lap 20 restarts, and it's Veekay. He's making moves, and
what a hero!
He's he's trying to overtake Alex Palou, and anyway, Palou ends up in the wall.
Pushes him into the wall.
Yeah,
crazy.
You know, they were talking about it. This Lugano, he was saying that in NASCAR, actually, probably that would be Palou's fault. But in IndyCar, it's probably Veekay's fault. So interesting. I think maybe NASCAR's just slower, and the cars are kind of more robust. That you can stick your nose into a little gap like that and kind of expect to get room, or the other driver can notice that you're there. But I think Palou had no idea that Veekay was trying to overtake him on the outside like that. And
I think that's what he said. Like, he had no idea he was there. But I mean, that's on his spotter, right? Because the spotter should have told him.
I think it happened so quick that basically spotter didn't have time to say anything. But
didn't even say it. Yeah. But unfortunately, Alex Palou's out.
Well, I'm sure you were happy. I'm sure everybody was happy, actually. He wasn't gonna, or at least, you know, this season he'll have to work for it. Well, he was taken out last year as well in a few races. So he can.
Yeah, he didn't win every race.
Now pit stops come. First round of pit stops, and Award is the first to go on lap 68.
Mm-hmm.
It turns out, again, it's one of those mad things where the undercut is really powerful, but also the overcut is sometimes powerful if you stay out long enough. So it's impossible to. I was trying to figure out the strategy after the race, and it's just doesn't make any sense. But anyway, Award
never does.
He's the first one to go, and powerful undercut, and he ends up in the lead basically.
Mm-hmm.
And Newgarden pits one lap before Malukas and is able to overtake him. Yeah, undercut is powerful.
Yes.
Rasmussen, he was in that group that went off strategy at the start, but he pits way earlier than all the other ones because so basically, like Armstrong and Dixon, they both went on pitted on lap 10 or whatever, 11. Armstrong gets to lap 86 before pitting. Dixon goes to lap 98. So you can do 80 laps or so on the tyres and on the fuel. But Rasmussen, for whatever reason, he sort of pits just after everybody else. And it turns out to be really clever, basically, because he is rapid.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just cutting his way through the field. So he passes Malukas, he passes Newgarden, he even he passes Award as well, which I think this Joey guy, again, he had a good quote, which was the guts to brain ratio. Because Rasmussen, he is a terror. I mean, he's Italian.
I like to call him Mr. Win It or Bin It.
Yeah, that's right.
Tom Gamer was calling him Razzle Dazzle, which...
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Don't think that one will catch on. But yeah, he is probably certifiably insane, I'd say.
Yeah, to make those moves on an oval, it's crazy.
There must be nothing going on in his head.
Well, it's really exciting.
Like, there's no self-preservation instinct at all.
No. You got to, I think on other ovals he'll just be in the wall. I think this one, because as we mentioned, the rubber and the lack of marbles and but yeah, he is crazy. But it's working for him. He gets into the lead. Award pits again, lap 120, which gives him the undercut again. So he ends up ahead of Rasmussen. But he's able to overtake again. So he is rapid, Rasmussen. Malukas, unfortunately, he's a bad pit stop, so he's that's where his race kind of goes wrong at this stage. Yeah, well, it's also funny. Poor Lundgaard, he, the worst thing you can do in a short oval is pit just before yellow flag, and that's exactly what happens to him. So basically his race is screwed as well, because he pits one lap before Louis Foster crashes. So then, so this is lap 142. Everybody pits now, except the Andretti's of Kirkwood and Power. Don't know what's going on. I mean, Andretti, they're usually quite good on the strategy, so they probably know what they're doing. But Dixon has made his way to P3, actually. I'd forgotten this. I thought that Bounty screwed him, but actually, no, he's
no.
He's in P3. So yeah, this crash has come perfect time for him. So he's ahead of Rasmussen, and then race restarts. Rasmussen does pass him, then he passes Power, and so he is looking rapid. It's getting confusing because we have another round of pit stops. Oh, fuck's sake. So Power again stays out, Rasmussen pits, Rasmussen catches up to the back of him, and now Rasmussen tries to overtake Power. But Power, well, I don't know, who would you say is fault here? I think Power basically puts him in the wall.
Yeah.
Again, he's again like earlier, Veekay on Pillow. He's gone for a little gap. Power doesn't know he's there. Power's car, I think, just sort of slides. His rear end slides a little bit. Because he is on older tires, so it's not totally unexpected. But that's enough to clip Rasmussen, put him into the wall a bit. We don't know how much damage, because he is able to continue, but Will Power's tire gets shredded, and so he's screwed, and we get a safety car. But it's only, 43 laps before the end, so you don't have to pit. You will make it to the end, but if you do pit, so Award and Newgarden pit, which drops Award from P2 back to P9, but I guess they're counting that the new tire will work. But well, spoiler alert, it doesn't.
It didn't work for him.
Yeah. Yeah, so they are, the race goes green again. Award and Newgarden are making their way back up, but Award kind of gets stuck behind Malukas.
Yeah.
Yeah, Newgarden passes Malukas, passes Award. Yeah, Rasmussen, he probably has trouble, or I don't know what happened. Anyway, he drops like a stone, basically. He drops out of it. The top 10.
Broken.
Yeah, it must be. Anyway, Newgarden catches up to the back of Kirkwood and does pass him with 5 laps to spare. And Newgarden wins the race.
Irritating.
Yeah. So it finishes Newgarden, Kirkwood, Malukas. Then we have Award, Armstrong, Rossi, Dixon, Scotty Mack, Graham Rahal is scoring points again, and Kiffin Simpson.
Very good.
So in the, because it's early, the championship, Newgarden goes into the lead of the championship, actually, but it's all very close between him, Kirkwood, Scotty Mack, Award, below Malukas, Lundgaard even. So, I mean, it's early days, but at least it's not 2 Palou wins on the points.
Yes.
But it is an evil Penske win. And it's funny how you have these 2 evil empires of Mercedes and Penske. they haven't been there for the last couple of years, but now they're back.
Yeah, so, and the worst one of them wins as well.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be as gutted if Malukas won or if Kimi won.
Yeah.
Like, but no, the worst ones had to win.
So, was it worth getting up in the morning and staying awake in the evening?
Yeah, first race back. We wanted to see how the cars are gonna play out, so yeah, it was worth getting up for.
Nice. Do we have a driver of the day?
Well, Max won driver of the day.
Yeah, so normally he'd be your first choice, but
he would be my first choice. I didn't even vote for Max actually, because I voted for Arvid Lindblad.
Oh, okay.
So there you go.
Nice. Yeah. Good. Will I give it to
also Colton Herter?
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, points in his
got points,
first feature race. Yeah, fair enough, but not so impressive. I think I'll go Behrman. Or maybe I should go Kimi, actually. Because Kimi, he's always on the back foot with crashes and car troubles and, like, even though Mercedes is the best car and being a baby. Okay, and then do we have Emma's attack mode, or...
We do.
Oh!
And it's the... sorry.
It's not NASCAR, is it?
No, you want to end. No, it's... This is the only time I'll be able to do this, so, basically, but I guess teething issues, like beginning of the season bullshit, where things change and I don't like it, because my brain doesn't like change, but also just things not working. So, like, in F2 practice, we didn't have timings for ages, and then they just went away in the race and stuff. Or, like, the fact that in F1, we're just doing 1 decimal place now, I guess. So, that's whatever. Just things not working. And, yeah, I just don't like it. I think, especially with F1, this should be ironed out immediately. Because I thought that the race direction was bad in IndyCar, and so for these things that are like big broadcasty things where they make lots and lots of money and obviously have lots of money to spend on the broadcast, maybe tighten it up a bit, and let's not have things broken.
Yeah, that's fair. And I mean, IndyCar, I don't think they make much money for the broadcast, but
no, but it's on Fox, and Fox should know what they're fucking doing.
Yeah, but they still don't want to spend money, do they? But with F1, it's in Sky Sports, it's less forgivable. And even during the race, they were like, we're hoping to bring you a new graphic showing like the battery usage and if they're in overtake mode or boost mode or whatever. So that should all have been done. No, I'm with you there. Like that it's such a big, $1 billion sport. Like they gotta.
They should be sorted out. Like, if this was happening during testing, then I'd be a bit more forgiving. But this is the first race. Like, this should be sorted now.
Yeah, okay.
We should have these timings. We should have these things sorted out.
Yeah. Okay. I'm with you more or less. It doesn't really bother me, the lack of decimal places.
It's just change.
As I said to you, that it's because the Cadillacs, they fall like more than a minute behind, so you need more space. So. Yeah,
but when they brought Fernando back out, it said he was 1 lap down, and he wasn't. He was 11, so they got that wrong as well.
I thought it did say
just said plus 1 lap. Yeah, eventually it said plus 11, but when he first came out, it just said plus 1 because they obviously didn't anticipate anyone being more than plus 1.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Next week we got F1 and F1 Academy in China, and we've got IndyCar in Arlington.
IndyCar.
So
yay!
Yeah, another big weekend.
Another big weekend.
Yes. So thank you for listening. If you have any questions or comments, our email address is theoutsidelinepod@gmail.com.
We are also on Blue Sky at the Outside Line Pod.
Otherwise, we'll see you next week for more F1 and IndyCar. Bye.
Bye.